Okay, so we got Darren in the house here. We've got issues on the firmware for the CNC stepper driver. This is Van from New Orleans. He's been here. He's a programmer. He's a coder. He's looking good as ever in New Orleans. So,
hi Van.
So Darren, tell us the problem statement on the firmware for the.
So right now we have three. You're familiar with Arduino?
Well, I know what it is.
Right. Okay. So there's 3 pins that are used for home, X, Y, Z, and we have limit switches for home and the extent of travel. And we have those going through an AND gate, so we have 1 interrupt, and all we need is an interrupt routine, so that when it hits any limit when it's not supposed to, it sends a signal back saying, that's it.
Oh, and you want to know how to do that with Arduino?
I'm not going to have time to put in the code.
Okay.
So if anyone else can help out with that, if that's you, that's awesome.
It probably could be me. Yeah, I'll look into that, and I'll be up there probably midweek, I'm guessing. But you're taking off soon?
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
Okay, but you have the code that you've written, and all the hardware's there?
All the hardware's there, and I haven't done any firmware here.
Okay.
We're using GRBL, and it's rock stock.
GRB what now?
GRBL.
Okay. And it's Rockstar. Okay, I don't know what that is.
No, it's stock. We haven't made any modifications.
Okay. Okay.
So, explain to him the GRBL and GCTRL and Arduino.
By that, I'm not really familiar with the tool chain. I just came down here for hardware.
Yunso knows the stuff, the tool chain there.
Okay. Okay.
So firmware means, so what are we're programming something we're going to flash onto the Arduino?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just one function for interrupt.
And it's in what language?
C.
In C. You know some C?
I've known C since I was 17. 15, actually.
Well, it puts you at an advantage to do this thing.
C is about as easy as it gets, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
It's like, what can you describe right now?
Yeah. I can write up like the prototype for the
Spec?
function. It's extremely simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you just have some way to input your coordinates, and then you have some other way to reset the thing to.
This is a hardware limit. What the Arduino is going to see is there's 2 interrupt pins, and one of them is going to go low. And if it goes low, that means there's a problem.
Okay. So stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it. It shouldn't be too difficult. Famous last words. Most processors have a way to put in an interrupt handler, so
right.
You know.
Oh, he's talking the language. You got it. All right. Do you need to write up some stuff a little more, or like?
You can call me. I mean, it's if you've done any kind of firmware, it's not going to be an issue for you.
Have you done that, Van? Did you ever do some firmware yet?
Yeah, for my hardware class at Cal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
All
I mean, 20 years ago. It's all just programming, man. It's
Right on.
The first 20 computer languages, programming languages, are hard, and after that it gets easier.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. So we're going to solve basically add the limit switches to the Arduino control. Yeah, this is going to be good. All open source. We're going to mill those things out ourselves with a CNC circuit mill. So that's going to be nice. At a cost of, what's the cost? Per channel?
$8 BOM cost. Per channel.
$8 per channel, so 4 channels, $32 for a full stepper controller that can handle our torch table, plus the enclosure and fan and power supply. But that's pretty good.
Sign me up.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Keep an eye out because we're moving it tonight. You'll probably be able to see a video.
Yeah, keep on our YouTube video stream. What we've got.
Powering it up, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, we've stepped all the axes individually. We're going to do them all together now.
Right on.
Right on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got some momentum, Martian.
Yeah, we got it going on. Lots of things are going. So if you come here and do that part on an inverter. How much do you know about inverters? I asked you that before, Darren.
I'm designing one.
Well, look at that. Tell me more about it.
It's going to be a while. It's not a high priority, but I live on a sailboat, and anything that goes on a sailboat costs 10 times what it should. Inverters are already extremely expensive for what they are, so I'm making one for my boat.
What scale? 5 kilowatt?
Yeah, about 5.
What's the BOM cost?
$100. Less than 100.
Look at that. $100. Plus enclosures and
Plus
heat
enclosures and
sinks.
heat sinks and fans.
But just the electronic components.
The complicated part's $100.
Including the board itself? Yeah. $100, man. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. It's going to be like 10 times less expensive to do it ourselves. That's really good. It's going to decrease the bootstrapping replication costs of all this stuff. How much do you know about it? I mean, can you recommend
My last
any?
job, I was research and development for power engineering at Intel.
Huh.
A lot.
Can you discuss? Tell the basic concept. When you look up inverter on Wikipedia, what else do you need to know?
All you're doing is you're taking a DC signal, and there's 2 ways of doing it. Traditionally, you would take a DC signal and chop it up so that it would go through a huge transformer just to get the AC. The new way of doing it is with high frequency, much smaller transformers, and that's where the cost savings come in. Old school stuff is expensive because there's 15 pounds of copper in it.
Now the deal is right now, are you going to use a dedicated chip that does all these like the chopping? Like, I don't know, is there going to be like an integrated power module with the chopping and power included?
Probably use the TI. My favorite microcontroller. I've been using it for a while. It's fast and more than capable of doing this.
TI.
It's a Piccolo is the product line they have.
TI Piccolo?
Yeah.
And that's a control. Is that a particularly a PWM controller or
Yeah.
like?
It's made for motor
Inverters?
control and inverters and everything.
So that's the one we should look up. Okay. Van, are you finding it?
I'm taking notes.
Those Piccolo, TI
The
Piccolo?
28069. If you're a coder, you want floating point because it's easy. It's floating point.
I see it.
Oh, document that, man. Yeah. So you'd recommend that? Is that what they do? Is that pure sine wave or?
Yeah, it's a lot purer than what you guys are using now.
They call it
Pure sine wave is just, it's better. Nothing
Yeah.
is a pure sine wave that's coming out of this. So.
And would you be able to do 3-phase as well?
Sure. No.
Sure.
I would direct someone else because I don't need it, and it's not useful for my applications. So I would want some help if I wanted to do 3-phase.
Do we know any other subject matter experts on power inverters?
I do.
Can you hook us up to them?
I'll try.
We got it. We don't need to go to China anymore.
It sounds like you might want Darren to be the project lead on this.
You're pretty busy though. After this,
Yeah.
what are you up to after you do this?
Open capitalist. Martian and I are kind of competitors in a way.
Uh-oh.
No, it's a good thing. With open
Competition,
source, it's an entirely different paradigm. Even though we're competitors, I'm still out here helping them out, which I think is kind of interesting.
Yeah, look at that. So, open capitalist, what are you going to do on that exactly? Tell us.
I'm not concerned about ecology as much as I am about economics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making products to sell,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to sell to people who don't care. They're not buying it because of their ideals. They're buying it because they want the cheapest and best, and we can do that with open source.
But the ecology part, I mean, we don't have a choice for ecology on that ourselves right now, right? I mean,
That's your thing.
yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. Mm-hmm.
I live on a sailboat. I'm already self-contained.
So, what does that mean? You're going to develop that platform? Are you going to put up a website and all of that? And your product line so far is going to be what?
Steppernug's the first one.
What do you call it?
Steppernug.
Stepper Nug?
That's just the little board for the stepper driver.
This individual one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to make yourself fully self-supported by doing that?
I'm self-supported for a while, just by myself.
Talking about programming or doing programming?
Just savings. I was planning to take 2 years off.
Uh-huh.
But I have